Hello everybody, welcome back to part 2 of this, somehow this turned into a long podcast, about March, April, and Dimension of Disaster. At least the non-spam parts of Dimension of Disaster, at least not quite as spam parts.
Because the entire thing is spam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you somehow missed the first part, there's going to be a link in the video now to the first part, but I've still got the same cast of characters, and we're just going to go straight into the Dimension of Disaster discussion. So we'll go ahead and get started with the mechanics of it. It's very similar in scope, size, whatever you want to call it, to Recipe for Disaster. So what does this mean that their 300th quest is going to be called?
I'll be a grandfather by then, so...
There's
Recipe for Disaster, Dimension of Disaster.
Timeline of Disaster.
No. Toy Box of Disaster.
Toy Box of
Box
Disaster.
of Disaster.
Disaster of Disaster.
Disaster of Disaster.
I imagine it would probably be like an island of disaster.
Journey to the center of the disaster.
Journey to the center of the disaster. Master of Disaster. Oh my god.
Have we broken the word disaster for everyone yet?
Yeah. Mission Disaster.
Port of Disaster. Ports of Disaster.
Okay.
Anagogic Orts of Disaster.
No. Missing Presumed Disaster. Dimension of Disaster 2 Disaster even harder. Anyways,
Spiders and
the rest of the podcast, guys.
yeah.
Oh, I think we all know what it's gonna be. Squeal of Disaster.
No. Anyways, moving along.
You're banned.
Nope. Nope.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, so it had, in the same vein as Recipe for Disaster, it had multiple parts. In this case, there were 5 parts. So 4 subquests, and then whatever the initial flipping a coin thing was.
That was a subquest.
Please.
Definitely. Three lines of dialogue. Hey, it was about the same length as Recipe for Disaster Part 1.
It was also about the same length as Cook's Assistant. So I guess we can call it a quest.
And another thing they share in common is that if you try to ask Gypsy Eris about what this is all about, you use flipping hippo as a form of, expression, and she still questions whether flipping hippo is an actually thing.
Is an actually thing?
And is actually a thing.
So what does this mean for Elititus?
What?
For who?
Baru. I don't think that's what it means for Elititus. I do not believe Baru is a valid response to that.
Are you
Baru
sure?
Disaster?
There we go.
Anyways. So aside from the first little bit, there's 4 quests. They did, they polled this, so we knew that these were the 4 quests. They used, what were the 4 quests? It was Curse of Arav, Defender of Varrock, Demon Slayer, and why am I forgetting the last one?
Shield of Arav?
Yeah, that one.
Wait, did you say Defender of Varrock?
Yeah, I did.
Wait, did you say Demon Slayer?
Yes.
He said 3 of them. Shield.
I hope you'd remember that after doing it twice in a row.
I also, yeah. Fucking Demon Slayer. I have a bone to pick with that one, and I'll bring that up a little bit later. Actually, screw it, I'm bringing it up now. So, for those of us, see, this probably isn't a problem for, 99.9% of the player base.
Non-problem. Go on.
But, in my case, because I never went back and did the reworked Demon Slayer, I did the initial Demon Slayer, I have the quest cape, and I had the quest cape since the Demon Slayer rework came out. Because I didn't go back and do the reworked one, I had to, mid-quest, stop, leave, go do the reworked Demon Slayer, and come back because it wouldn't freaking let me,
I don't understand how this is a problem.
Now, Stu, Stu, this is your fault. If you had named that NPC Gordon Black, he would have done it day of release. But no! You did not. This is your fault.
Fag, please. That's just so frustrating though. But anyways.
Yes, we will discuss this with you, Stu.
we will in fact discuss this with Stu.
There is a reckoning coming.
the reckoning.
One ultimatum
I
later.
hope you understand, Stu. There will be a reckoning.
Yes, see,
Anyways,
Fang got the reference that
however,
I was trying to make.
Speaking of Demon Slayer, I do want to say that the demonic cult of strangely freakish weather patterns is the most badass demonic cult in history.
Yes.
I am proud to be its second in command.
I'm sure you are proud, Lime.
I am a little bit upset that the mother of said cult had perished, though.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to seeing her evil curlers.
They're evil. Evil!
What is
Even
dead
cats.
never die, but just dies again, deader and deader.
But it's okay, because Pauline Polaris was in the pillory, so.
Yeah. Yeah. You're doing such a great job.
I love it.
Also, Meg.
This is for all the run-crafting lamps.
I have thoroughly enjoyed throwing rotten tomatoes at Hazelmere.
Yes.
I as well.
What did I ever do to you?
Alright, but yeah, so... so there are there are 5 subquests. There's the boss, which was interesting, to say the least.
Cows. There were cow bombs.
Cows everywhere.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
Like, there is no boss that trumps that now. There were cows exploding, there were zombies, there was a Mazrat dev.
And then
It had
little
it
orbs
all.
that healed
It had it
you.
all.
Oh, and of course, don't forget that as a Rav, you kept your name. Until this week, when they finally fixed it. It's my favorite part, walking in all badass in that armor, greeting Sharathtik, and I had my name still. I was in
Oh,
that
I didn't
armor.
notice that.
Yeah.
I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah, in the chat box, your name is still like your actual name, not a Rav.
They fixed it on Monday. They fixed it, so
Alright,
it's
fair
good
enough.
now. But at the time, anything a Rob said was said in with your name atop it instead.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay.
Again, the greatest of all the non-problems.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although that is a little immersion thing that they...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Arav, go defeat the mighty Zemouregal. Player strides in. Sup? I'm here to defeat Zemouregal. Arav's standing outside like, wait, what just happened?
You want, mate?
Because we're wearing his armor. We've got the shield. We have his sword. We just strolled in there after telling him he was going to get to go in there and do it.
Got him.
He's just standing there holding the watering can going, what?
God damn it!
Not this
Stu,
again.
you have bested me again! Anyways, so there's that, and there's also the task set. There's a rather extensive task set, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
And said task set involved comp capers all lining up to borrow level 20 armor. That was so much fun.
So what task was that for?
You need
That
to
was the
have,
one-
like, a
You need
full
to just
set.
salute while wearing a full set of level 20 armor.
In
In New Varrock.
in New Varrock?
Mm-hmm. But of course, the only way to get level 20 armor was to farm the guards for like 6 hours on end in order to get things like coal, in order to make iron, in order to make the stuff.
Or make steel.
Yeah, to make steel. You could buy the iron, and then you had to farm it for coal to make steel, and then you had to get, the level 20 mage stuff if you wanted that. And I don't even think you can make level 20, all level 20 ranged armor.
I don't think
I
there
think that's
is
the
level
studded
20
armor.
ranged
Studded
armor.
armor.
Well, see, there's the
It's
hard
studded.
leather helm that you can make, but you couldn't make, like, the body at level 20 or the legs at level 20.
There's studded.
Yeah, there's studded. Steel.
Oh yeah,
You
there's
need
studs.
steel studs.
That's right. So you still need coal and iron for it.
Mhm.
So basically, on a certain world, a couple people got their armor sets together, and people lined up in order to borrow the armor and then salute with it. So
Well-
I hopped on that world, and there was an orderly line. Everyone was very polite about it, and everyone waited their turn, saluted with the armor, and handed it right back. People were
So the
donating
only
money,
time
people
in
were
Really
donating-
history-
is an alternate universe.
Yeah, the only time in
Yeah,
history the
it was.
RuneScape community has done what it should.
Additionally,
It really
this
was.
And it was
was
an
one
alternate
labor of
universe.
like he said, for level 20 armor. It
Got
was
him.
incredible.
Got him.
Yeah.
I just wandered around in bronze and didn't give a damn.
I'm still wandering around Iron. I'm doing quest again in Iron.
But yeah, okay. So
I
there's
did.
Lime, please, you should be using Mithril Crossbow.
what were some of the other tasks? They had the
The whole bit with
The one where you have to resurrect Fluff.
oh yeah, that was one.
There was Zemouregal
Did we
too.
find all of the loot chests?
Yeah, I
I think my favorite was the Zemouregal brew stuff.
Yeah, the Zemouregal brew. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that I couldn't drink it myself.
Of course, just the wine of Zemouregal alone. I was really, really hoping that when I tried to pick it up, it would go, "Gah! Get your hands off my wine!"
Me
But it
too!
didn't.
Oh my god. Also, defacing the posters of
Oh,
the
God.
things.
Did you hear the story about how that came to be?
No,
I've
what
not.
was it?
So basically, during the development, one of the environment artists did all these fancy posters, and because they were all working together very closely, once somebody wandered by and he goes, "You think he'd notice if I drew like a bikini on one of those?" We should let the players do that. So they did.
they did.
Oh,
So they did.
Best.
Did you wait, after you do that, did you read the art reviews that you can get? Like you reviewed your own artwork.
Yeah. And the examine changes.
I don't think I examined it afterwards.
You can also click on them again to critique
Hey.
them.
Oh, well, I can do that if I run
It
through
was-
it again.
It was amazing.
That's too good.
You know how Zemouregal's most famous quote is, "This is me, I'm amazing"? That
Yeah, I
could just be
didn't
the
know that.
tagline for this quest.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
of course.
We're gonna have a lot more time to talk about lore next week with
Yeah.
So I don't want to say too much about the lore, but this quest had it all, man.
I think my favorite part about it was the complete retconning of the Zamorak story.
Well, the Zeros did not exist in this universe. The
Yeah,
Dark
no,
Order.
no.
The thing was that his propaganda thing was that he merged the idea of Lornab and Zeros together
No.
to create like a frightening image of him in a way.
No. Jack confirmed Dark Imperator was really Lornab.
yeah, but this isn't just propaganda. This actually happened.
Huh.
Lornab was the Dark Imperator because as he was exposed to people, he gained more and more intelligence.
What did we do wrong in our situation? That we were there, we screwed everything up.
But I noticed some people saying that the Dark Imperator was Zeros and had been covered up, but no, it really was Lornab.
I did notice that, what was it, I did on a completely non-lore note, the Lornab, the way that you used Lornab in the quest, you actually use Lornab, it's just oh my god, this is perfect.
You used
They
Lornab
did
and you
use
used
both
the
of
scrying.
the quest sublayer references.
I was so happy with that.
Yes.
Because
They
it wasn't
were
just the references were there,
and I
but
believe
they were a required part of the quest. It felt so good.
Yeah.
The first thing I did when I went to the place was find Lornab, and then I saw the buttons, and I just had to recreate that scene without knowing it was a task.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
spammed the buttons for 15 minutes because I just couldn't help myself. I
just
pushed
love
it
it.
and I saw him shaking, I was like,
I love the little tease about the fact that you push the button and the museum guy just scurries over and has to tell you all about it. It was just
to
so
help you
perfect.
figure out the quest later. It's like, oh hey.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Also, speaking of Orlando Bloom, because I'm just calling him Orlando Bloom now.
Okay.
He literally I just love the whole
You mean
little
Smith?
World Wakes joke.
Yeah. I want to go to
Which
him
one
just
is
like,
this?
if you've done the World Wakes, you can talk to him and he mentions that he wants to go excavate something over near Ardoon and you can tell him not to.
Don't do
Yes,
it,
you
you'll
can
die.
literally just say, don't do it, you're going to die.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. And he's just like, oh, okay, good,
I
thanks.
don't remember that.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
I
like
didn't click
very
the
happy
dialogue
about
or something. I thought I went through all of his dialogue though. Well, what I really like throughout this entire thing is all of the references. All the little things, all the references to the dead quests that have been since removed from the game.
Oh yeah, the Romeo and Juliet stuff, that was funny.
There's a lot of it too.
You're not even supposed to know about that. That was so good.
It's
And
just-
yeah, Walter's correct. He makes plans to go to Fossil Island, which has a dragonkin. This will end well.
Wait, who does?
The museum guy.
Orlando
Yeah.
Bloom.
I love how he's just Orlando Bloom now.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Official canon.
Official canon. Yeah.
Official canon, Orlando Bloom has made the jump to video games.
Got him. But yeah, this will end well. But I mean, I guess it couldn't end any more poorly than the World Wakes did for him, so.
Killed for not being Roger.
I mean, yeah.
Literally, that's how it's probably going to be in the Fossil Island too.
Pretty much. But yeah, so there's all the little references. The Lornab was great, the scrying pool was an integral part of the quest.
The graveyard.
It did say it is very good at completing quests.
That made me laugh so much.
I did too, I was like, oh my god, this is great.
Not to mention, you guys all finding my new home in New Varrock when you were searching around Sir Pryson's house.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, the monkey.
We all found a Siroki.
I'm
monkey-
pretty sure that they managed to sneak in references somehow to at least each of us for Scrying Pool.
I wonder how Wolfie or
Yes.
Blood Witcher would have been in there.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there was the robotic hobo.
Wait, where was that?
Wait, was
That
there
was
really
the-
robotic hobo?
Not really.
I was
No,
just joking
the
about that. I wasn't saying
Oh,
that
I
Charlie was
don't
actually.
I don't
whatever.
know.
I mean, there was
a
a direct Damascus reference, though. Not
Okay, you
Claire,
were totally
not
in
us.
it. Yeah, you were totally in it.
Though the thing that did surprise me is in the Scrying Pool book, it used the word fang, which kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
blue fang technology.
I was like, wait a second.
Is that intentional?
Probably.
Well, it's
Very
supposed to be blue fang. It's
I
like
mean,
blue
all
too,
of the
but-
J-mods that developed this quest and wrote all of the dialogue, they watch us.
Yeah.
And they know that that a large number of us were the winners in the quest competition, so.
I'm gonna throw just like a total side thing, but the RuneScape Twitter just posted a rune poll asking which NPC would sound best as a yak, featuring a picture of a blue character wearing one of the hoods screaming Baru Baru.
Oh jeez.
I'm so worried. Alright,
for me.
carry on from where we were.
Also,
All right,
all the J mods are in the form of some type of dismembered body part in a jar in one of Zemouregal's rooms.
I didn't actually oh wait, yeah, I did see
I
that.
saw some of them. I didn't go.
So
I
that
went-
means that that basically means in this universe, Zemouregal is technically the new CEO of Jagex.
Oh jeez.
Oh dear.
Oh jeez.
Zemouregal.
Obviously, due to the Solomon in the bottle, he was very anti-microtransactions.
Well, I can support that.
Oh my god.
So I guess he was a decent CEO.
Fair enough.
As
Dave's head
decent as
nearly
the
doesn't
Fangride
fit in the
killed
jar.
everyone could be.
The universe wouldn't be there without Stu. I don't think Stu, they had something, yeah, they had something with Stu that I can't remember. But
Also, Crunchy, the old skeleton that used to hold up an HD sign, apparently died in this world. So I don't know what we did in our world that he's still MIA, I guess.
wait, what?
I was really hoping for a Flames of Login reference.
Yeah.
You remember Gordon, do you even know the old, before we switched over to like RuneScape HD or whatever, we used to have like a soldier guy and a skeleton guy holding up. Do you want to go to like low graphics or high graphics for RuneScape?
Yeah, of
The
course.
skeleton was Crunchy. And he was one of the people who died in the graveyard.
Oh, I do not remember that, and I do not believe I read all the gravestones, so I didn't catch that reference. Like, just the sheer number of references in the quest is just like, absolutely insane.
Yeah, those guys. Lauren's just linked.
Literally my biggest problem with the quest is that it wasn't longer.
Yeah.
I
could've
needed
done it for
more.
hours and hours, like new content, not just the repeating. Though, hilariously, the repeating does have some differing dialogue, which is even funnier.
Feel
Yeah.
like the spirit of body.
Yeah, it's like the spirit. Wait, no, it's the spirit of mind.
I mean, spirit of the mind, yeah.
Yeah, it gives you the correct answers, but even though I just like to go over the wrong answers since the responses are just so good. Like,
And when you're first talking to,
the math problem was great.
yeah,
Oh god.
error.
Oh god.
Nah, you gotta do infinity, and then he gets upset with you.
He was like, okay, now you're just being difficult.
Yeah. But the gypsy heiress, when you talk to her at the start, there's like completely different dialogue where you're telling her already what's gonna happen, and she's very confused as to how you know.
He's like, wait, what?
Oh.
It's just like, everything about this quest just breaks every wall. It just,
Yeah, there was an image that I linked that said that, what was it? You get the picture. Reldo was enjoying delivering his exposition because he doesn't often get to be a central character.
Yes! Oh my god, the book's names. The Joy of Hex. That one alone just killed me.
Which one?
The Joy of Hex.
Guys, think dirty, think dirty.
I blame Osborne. I think that's a reasonable thing to blame.
Oh man, though, so many of the books were good.
And then Zemouregal, the movie.
Well, we already
Zemouregal the movie. Also, we want to mention that how did none of us realize that Azure Golem was an anagram for Zemouregal? And likewise, how did nobody know that one of Geena's character names in Vindy was an anagram for Rolomia?
Yeah.
I actually didn't mean it.
I'm not convinced, Geena. I'm not convinced.
That's some, like, subconscious things that I think we need to resolve.
I would like to point out
also-
that this means that
I don't think
Zemouregal
it's
has
anything
been with us in
subconscious
ports.
about that.
This means what?
That is,
Zemouregal has been with us in ports.
yep. So
Azure
how many
Golem.
people actually keep Zemouregal with them?
I
As
have
a
not.
crew member. Also,
Well, these
there's a
are
lost
gold.
property chest that has various assorted quest items that I guess are a thing.
Of course they're a
Yeah,
thing.
really.
Can you, like, feed them to your baby troll? Like, what are the actual
Oh.
points of those things? Oh wait, you can't even bring your baby troll in there.
No,
What
you
are the
can't.
point of those things?
You
It's
have to become a
because
citizen to
Zemouregal-
bring a baby troll in.
Zemouregal has prohibited any pets to be owned by non-citizens. To which I say, how do I become a citizen?
Yeah.
I want to run around with tiny Zemouregal through New Varrock.
Would this be in slow motion with some soft music playing?
Oh, no. No.
Which reminds me, I really want a Blink walking animation.
Bang, it would
But
be
anyway.
heavily remixed with dubstep.
What else?
Nightmare at the
What
Cradle.
isn't
Stop.
heavily remixed with dubstep?
Obviously, battles against elder gods.
Well, I kind of, I beg to differ.
For realsies, though, can we talk about how incredible the Lost Property chest references were? There's the Broken Shard, which is the Shard of Zeros, but completely useless. The Broken Wand, which is the Wand of Resurrection, but completely useless. The Costume Jewelry, which is the Carry Dib, but completely useless. The Crooked Staff, which is the Staff of Armadil, but useless. Hero's Useless Shield, which was Owen's shield. Hero's Useless Weapon, which was Xanax's crossbow. Human Appendage, which is Clarence's hand. Terror, which is a sleeping cap. Paperweight, which is the Fist of Guthix token from Daemonheim. The Rubber Chicken, but, not. The Rock Hammer of Omens, which was the Maul of Omens. The Worthless Jewel, which is the thing that goes in, Karshai's forehead. Or, Koshai. So all of these.
That was the card in.
No, that's the costume jewelry.
And also, apparently the Maul of Omens has been downgraded. It's like the Rock Hammer of Owen because he uses it to keep Sharath Tirk in line.
Yeah.
But then he thinks the measure is a good weapon too.
Well.
I just say that this means Zemouregal's my homeboy for being able to PVM. Because the only way Maul of Omens is to do Varard mode.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I get the feeling that nobody gets where I'm going with this.
Nope.
Oh no, I do. I mean, Zemi's one hell of a pro Virago fighter.
Yeah, probably
Obviously.
souls him.
I wonder if he has a Bombi somewhere.
Well, if he has the Maul of Omens, he probably also has Bombi, so
That's true.
he's working on his insane final boss.
I did find it amusing, everything that was in his treasure room. I also found it highly amusing, as did I think everybody that ran the quest, that there's a statue of Ziliana in there.
Yes.
What exactly is he doing with that?
Exactly.
I don't want to think about that.
I think a better question is, what is he not doing with that?
Yeah.
Is that the actual
Why
Ziliana?
Mosborn, please.
Yeah, Mrs. Nolan, that was
Oh god, that too. Oh jeez. Poor Kibble.
Oh yeah.
Poor Kibbles.
It'd be even great if that statue of Ziliana was like in the same situation as Hannibus,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking now.
and not a god statue.
I did see the statue of Hannibus in the corner though.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Our favorite.
Damn it, Raven!
It's supposed to be poked by a Carapac right now. I guess that's my doing.
There's also the rack of party hats, there's the rack of weapons, there was the, what else was in that room?
A stuffed wise old man.
Yeah. He straight up exploded. Zemi's like, let's stuff him.
Got him. What else?
And of course all the heads of the heroes.
I'm in
in
that
his
room
room.
right now.
Yeah, the heads of the heroes on his wall.
There's a bunch of fake god swords. There's a cabinet full of party hats. We've got Solomon in a bottle.
They went full, they also went full, Mods Osborne on the, Zemouregal's bedroom shackles. I was like, oh no.
And then they've got some elite clue scrolls. They've got the Raptor's armor.
They have it, they have,
Mrs. Gollum, of course.
they have, what is it? They have effigies in there, don't they?
Somewhere.
I think there's effigies in there as well.
Oh my god. I'm trying to figure out if Walter wrote this line or if it's a joke. Ella Maria is Zemouregal's ghoul friend. They're just
No,
seeing
that's
each
there.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
god,
in the
that's cool
other. I
friend.
completely missed that. That's amazing.
Oh, I saw it and I think I immediately rage quit. For like 5 minutes. I was like, oh my god.
You know, I think it was like, a lot of people were saying that like, when Arav was, calling her like a banshee and all that stuff, that it was like, they had to like tone it down, or it was like, he was like getting too aggressive or whatever. But I think they actually said on the official wiki that her race, she actually is a banshee in New Varrock. Like, she was resurrected as one.
Yeah, I think she did.
because she was shrill and Arav was talking about how annoying she
But
was.
like nobody seemed to like quite get that.
Well, then again,
That was a
she's
thing.
she's shrill and annoying in the real game, so you know,
Yeah.
there's no difference.
And the way he kind of punted her out was amazing.
Yeah. And out you go. I love how she goes and hangs out with King Rold. Also
Yes.
Rip Thorloff.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
There's a ton of Rip Thorla in this quest.
I still can't get over how Reldo was the remaining human.
Got him.
Because this means after Nuvarak falls and most of the zombies die,
Well,
Reldo shall rise as king.
As
No.
he should.
No,
Yeah,
no, Lime and I were talking about this, like, after he did it.
Oh my
If
God,
he is, like,
he's
the
gonna bury-
only remaining survivor, if he's the only remaining survivor, he is in a town surrounded by other evil, like, warlords that, like, could very well just take over the place all over again.
And then,
No,
no,
think
there's
about
also Megan there, and
He
Hazelmere,
survives.
and Pauline.
Hazelmere.
Oh my
Meg-
god, Pauline's gonna take over the place. Oh, and there.
And everyone
She's
will
returned.
be forced to work on the Garden of Hostility.
Oh god.
Yeah. Live in Barrock.
We've trained one band for another.
And then,
Or
as pointed out,
perhaps Meg can finally prove she has a purpose and kill Pauline.
Yes.
No, she can't do it
I
because
tried
she
to do
has
this
no
activity. I tried to do this activity yesterday, but it bored me to tears, so I'm thinking about murdering the creator. What do you think the best way to go about that is?
Stu,
I don't know.
you
Maybe we should keep her alive. Stop giving me runecrafting lamps, or maybe just don't run over the Stuka's attack.
But yeah, Zelda's completely screwed. He is completely doomed.
Or is
Just
he?
go to the left.
He has the power of lore behind him.
Yeah.
Whatever power that may be.
I like the line in the outline bit. Everyone will perish in the Great Revision, whenever that should occur, unless Guthix staying alive is enough to balance the anima of the world, like Saren suggested. So everything's great, and then the Elder Gods eat everything in the end.
Wait, what was this?
In the thread, the last little bullet point for outcome is pretty much,
Oh,
you saved one, the villain is dead, oh yeah, and then eventually the Elder Gods will kill them all.
well,
Hold
we
on.
don't need to worry about that though. We're kind of stuck with the same problem over here.
Which is the last of our rays.
also, pudding is my destiny.
Pudding is my destiny!
Discuss.
Yes,
true.
well, I'm concerned about what type of pudding he's talking about.
No, pudding means dessert.
Tiny
Oh wait, I
Zemouregal.
forgot. I forgot. These are silly British people.
Tiny Zemouregal is awesome.
So
Where's
apparently-
Ballor? He needs to translate.
Well, see, I'm told that Rowley was the one that wrote all of Mini Zemo's dialogue, because he was the one in charge of the task sets, and he took what was just a little one-off joke and gave it so much personality.
Yeah.
I have
love
to say,
Zemo.
Tiny Zemouregal is only a little awesome.
God damn it, Lime.
No, it was just Surtees who came up with that one.
God damn it, Lime.
Of course.
So apparently Party P was abandoned by Icthlorin.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He
Yeah, that's
headbutted
one of the
somebody.
gravestones.
Oh.
Here. Oy, here we go. Oh, no, oh, there we go.
I only examined a small number of those gravestones, so.
Wait, what
So
does
Haziel-
shapes to the light mean anyway?
I'm
what?
assuming shadow puppets, but I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know. Like, can
Which
I kill
line?
a corpse like that? That's exactly what I'm thinking right now.
Oh my god. He made a... Walter, you hero, you made a list of all the books. A book of
You're
puzzles.
gonna
Zemouregal has filled in the majority incorrectly. My favorite pedestals by Sharath Turk, a gargoyle. An audiobook for Banshees.
I did see that. Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh.
Light,
I think
Death,
that-
Undeath, and Death Again of Siroki Magus by Siroki
What stole the show was Zemouregal's notes. The
Yes.
sequel.
Yes.
So, I loved this one. The Varrock census has virtually every name scribbled out, and someone has written, ha ha, repeatedly in the margin.
I did see that. That's great.
Oh, you killed me. And then, it seems to be a walkthrough for something called Dimension of Disaster. You sense it shouldn't be here and put it back.
Yeah, I see. Those
And
books.
like
So good.
Anyways, like, this whole quest was filled with references, and it's like, it feels like an old quest, but at the same time, it's like a commentary on how quests are, and it's just like...
That's what makes it so great.
Yeah.
It's like...
they took Carnelian Rising and turned it up to like 500.
Oh yeah. Cause that's, Carnelian Rising is the initial, like, kind of quest about questing. Actually, Love Story is the first quest about questing.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And then Carnelian Rising did it again in a different light, and then this one did it again in...
And just shattered the fourth wall and just talked about everything and filled it with references and made it all magical.
Great.
I slightly hope they all kind of nudged Mod Ash about it, like, hey, we're doing what you did, but like, bigger.
Yeah. Hey, that's my ePiKnight.
We're gonna need 120 construction to fix this fourth wall.
Making decomposition work for you. An undead style Bible.
Zemouregal's memoirs. He seems to be retconning a lot of Gilinor's history. Apparently Zemouregal stabbed Lornab with the staff of Zemouregal.
Oh.
That went well.
The wind and the gallows.
Oh my god.
A Skullball Almanac from year 175 to the 5th age.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I didn't get. Is what we're doing taking place 5 years in the future?
It's year 170 of the 5th age.
Wait, like, in our timeline, or is it 175 in our timeline, and we've moved forward?
In New Varrock, it is year 170 of the 5th age. As if, since Guthix was never awoken, the 6th age never happened, so it's a year later from what, our 5th age was.
It says 175.
That's why I'm worried. I'm like, wait, a Skullball Almanac from year 175 of the 5th age.
That's the point. It's completely ridiculous and from the future. And it should not be there.
The ins and outs of Skullball. Oh god.
100 Fun Things to Do with Your Partially Severed Arms. By Cliff Windmills.
Damn.
Oh boy.
The novel times, Zemouregal the movie.
Did somebody mention the Book of Puzzles that Zemouregal
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Filled in incorrectly?
Oh man, there's the whole list of the gravestones here. Thingummy died heroically in some place thanks to an injury I've forgotten, murdered by someone or other.
Also, apparently our April Fools this year took notes from the scrolls in Zemouregal's rooms. One of them being a camel stacking minigame. There's actually 3 of them. Another one includes a pizza hat, and the other one includes a player-owned house beehive.
I would love a player-owned house beehive. Be so useless, though.
Avoiding traps and tombs is harder if you're a zombie. Let me see, what else are some of these good ones?
In any event, we should keep moving, I think.
Yes.
Perhaps.
We're just kind of meandering around.
Yeah, we're kind of meandering around and like...
Sorry,
well, this is kind of how I assumed that this one was going to go anyway.
So. This whole quest is one great big pile of spam, and we're just
we're following the spam wherever the spam goes.
Yeah, and we're just going to
reading the thread.
Solus Delagar revived repeatedly by Zemouregal for combat practice, due for another revival in 3 months.
Yes.
Like all of this entire quest, like the graphics, they were just right up there. The music, I'm just looking off the thread that Walter is just to collect my thoughts. But the music was also amazing. We've already noted how great the music team is doing with all of this. There's a reference every 10 squares, and
we should mention the cats too.
Of course, cats. Didn't we already mention that?
We mentioned it briefly, but we never really talked about it. Like,
right.
the part about, where you have to deal with the kennel.
No, that was part of the quest.
No, I know.
Cat.
It's not a cat, that's the dog.
Oh right, that's the dog. Animals,
Well,
fine.
We think that's a dog.
We're not really sure what that is. But I love how the entire thing you're like, oh, I don't know about this. I might lose an arm, and then it's like, oh, it's just a bone. And then, oh, it's just such and
Just
such.
a chew toy, yeah.
And it's just the entire thing, and it's like, the model for the kennel is like, this super menacing, and it's clearly just a dog. I don't know. I found all of that highly amusing.
If I were to bring up any point of contention, which is literally my only one with the quest, is that, and this is, again, a non-problem, but when I was, like, doing, like, full graphic settings for, like, doing the quest, the palette, like, the color palette, like, over time just really put a strain on my eyes. I don't know if any of you else had that.
I felt the same thing after
see why you're
being
saying that.
subquest.
Wait, say that again?
Like, the color palette with, like, the fog and the bloom and everything all together, like, as I was going through the quest, it really strained my eyes, just, like, doing stuff in the game.
I didn't notice
New
that,
Varrock.
but
I
that
got
might be because I did half of it and then had to leave,
Yeah.
and then did the other half later.
Yeah, since I did the whole thing in one session, it was about
Right.
that part, and I started noticing it.
Yeah, like, by the third or fourth quest, I was starting to notice, like, my eyes were just, like, straining, just, like, you know, I don't know, it was not, like, hurting, but it was just, like, a strain to just, like, look at the screen a lot of the times.
Yeah, I can see
It
that.
was, like, whatever. I mean, just turned on graphics stuff, I guess, but it's, like, you know. That's it.
Speaking of the cats, that is not dead which can eternal meow, and with strange eons even death may die 9 times. Oh, the cats.
Oh, the cats. The cats. I think that's all we can say.
Like,
The
what was
Manx
it
of
that-
Zamorak.
Necrophelinomicon?
The Manx of Zamorak. Just take that in. But yeah, the Necrophelinomicon. Like, it just,
Even
the best part
puns
is you
in
can
there.
have the Necrophilan or whatever, the cat book, as an override afterwards.
yeah.
That was the first thing I purchased.
I think I got most of the overrides with the 10 whatever pennies.
Yeah.
Silver pennies.
I still need to buy a couple other things, just need to do some replays.
They released a new override pack for this Silverlight sword variants. So you have dual Silverlight, dual dark lights, and dual black Silverlights, which are, you know, the dyed ones.
Yeah.
And it looks so good.
Evil.
Yeah, that's another thing I really want to comment on. They reworked Silverlight graphically. It just looks amazing.
I haven't
I
seen
love
it,
it.
actually.
Yeah.
It may be the second best pair of swords ever after Primal Longswords.
Uh,
I don't think I've ever seen Primal Longswords either,
My Tetsu Katana has a bone to pick with you.
Oh, good point.
Dude, Nah.
Then again, I don't use melee, so.
And then they made you use melee, and it
I was not happy about that. It's like, oh my
Gordon,
god.
Gordon, please, you really... Ranged is the best style in Dimension of Disaster. They give
Try
you a
using
mythical-
ranged on the final boss.
You can't. You have to melee it.
My point exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant outside of the final boss.
No. I think I just punched everything outside of the final boss.
Yeah. Okay,
I
felt like a
literally
complete
think I just
moron,
punched them.
Because I geared up for it, I made better gear, and I gathered food for it, walked up there, and then I'm told that Arav is the one doing the fight, and my inventory doesn't have
Wrecked.
it. I was very upset.
You got thoroughly wrecked.
I did. It was a sad moment.
Well, if we don't have that much more to comment about the quest until next week,
We should
we should probably end it there.
we should talk
We
we should talk about how ridiculously broken the Darklight is now.
Yes.
Oh,
It's not broken.
yes.
It's intentionally. It's
No, I know.
intentionally-
I know it's
Intentionally broken.
I know it's intentionally broken, but it's still broken.
It's amazingly
yeah.
broken.
It's
I
what
love
the
it.
Karis should be.
Yes.
Well, no,
It's
the
like-
Karis is actually really good. The Karis on its own if you have a Desert Amulet 3, the Karis is basically a Drygore.
Yeah.
But it's not like a tier 99 plus.
Yeah,
No, it's not tier 99 plus, but it's definitely Drygore.
With Darklight, basically, it takes your offhand and kind of plays around with whatever your offhand is as your main hand, and then multiplies it by like 2.5. So if you have an offhand Drygore, you're effectively sitting there swinging with like a level 120 weapon with 100% accuracy. You're going to be destroying
against demons.
things. Against demons.
Yeah, just against demons. But that's still like completely insane. But
There's-
it's like it's the go-to
Yeah.
demon slaying sword.
Yeah.
The Calgarian Demon task is now 400k Slayer XP an hour. And this is just Slayer XP. It's nuts.
Yeah, like it's gonna be insane combat training.
Yeah.
Apparently,
yeah.
Water Fiends is, what, 600k?
Yeah.
I will probably be using that for my defense training. Either
Wait, Water Fiends are considered demons?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they expanded
Yeah.
the list and they
Fiends.
added Water Fiends.
And
Okay,
gargoyles. They added gargoyles.
Elementals?
They added pyre fiends.
They added Blood Reavers because
Yeah,
people
Reavers
bring
are
next
Slayer.
wishes.
Yeah.
People, it actually one hits the Blood Reavers, so if you're soloing next, it actually makes Blood Phase a whole lot better.
It's your go-to demon slaying kit now.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you want to kill a demon, you bring Darklight.
No, actually, if you want to kill every demon except Krill, it doesn't work on Krill.
Why does
And
it
they
not?
said that was very much intentional.
I'm sure it was intentional, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Because they didn't want to break one of the God Wars bosses to make it be ridiculously easy.
as if it isn't easy enough already.
That's the point. Is it's easy enough already, they don't want to make it like you're just sitting there doing some casual AFKing. He has to remain dangerous.
Demon.
Silverlight and Darklight's bonuses now affect more types of demons, including imps, gargoyles, hellhounds, demon spawn, blood reavers, Calgarian demons, Necrael, water fiends, and ice fiends.
Thank God, because imps are such a pain to kill.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why people go and use cannons.
All those
Yeah.
Necreals I kill outside of Demonheim.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
their Slayer
it's-
task.
Side note, this has nothing to do with Dimension Disaster, but this is the kind of equipment I want to see from Inventor. More Darklight, Karis, and, Dragonbane stuff.
Yes.
Well,
that's
it's like
super
different,
strong.
where you'd have different weapons that are specially geared against certain opponents.
Types of, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is funny because they've tried to do it before in the past and have failed rather miserably. With demons specifically, actually. The Demon Slayer set.
Well,
Well,
yes,
they-
but the side problem with that is that they didn't want to make it too powerful.
Yeah, which was a
And
problem.
then
In this
So,
case, they're just like,
The armor
whatever.
itself is useless for everything. And then for demons, it's not really all that great either.
I've
So-
heard actually if you actually nowadays use ranged against demons, it actually buffs your damage pretty decently if you're using Royal Crossbow or Ascensions.
Yeah, I've used a crossbow on them before, and it's quick. It's definitely very quick.
Now make holy water easier to get. Walter, please.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would be kind of a cool thing for Inventor, is that it's a specialization kind of thing where you get the weapons that you have are better against certain things. They're tuned against certain things over other things, I guess. It's just the easy way of saying it.
Yeah, I would be all for that.
Like one of my, this is completely off topic.
So
but
Inventor has to give us dual newspapers for Satan.
Sure.
Like, one of the things that I wanted
on.
from Inventor, and this is just completely off topic, is a sword that gets better the longer the fight goes on.
Isn't that what the Royal Crossbow was supposed to be?
That was what it was pre-OC.
Yeah.
But that's just something that I want, so that either you could just go to it if you just want to win the war of attrition.
I didn't see that. Like, it'd be hard to code that. I mean, especially in the new combat way, the way that EOC works, it's just probably difficult to code, but it's likely doable, but hard to balance too. They also don't want to break long fights like Rex or Virago, even though those are done in stages. So I guess you'd have one stage and then a break of some sort.
Not for Rexor, but for Rago, yeah, you have like good 30 seconds between each stage.
Yeah, that would be long enough to count as out of combat. Yeah, I haven't done a Raxor, nor do I have any intention of ever doing a Raxor, so, you know.
Yeah, that's probably better for your general mental health.
Yeah, that's why I have no intention of doing that. I'd rather go and do something else with my time. And Walter's now spamming the chat. Rip Walter.
Yes. See, Walter hasn't even killed it, and it's still hurting him.
Well, that's the reason it's hurting him. Because it's holding him back from Comp Cape.
We don't have much more to say, I don't think, about Dimension of Disaster, so now we should end it.
Yes.
We never actually talked about Zemouregal's notes.
Well, we can do that in
We shall save those. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we can save those.
Yeah.
So then I guess that does bring us to the end of this one. Part 2 was just under an hour, just as we planned it, I guess. For those of you who missed part 1, I will again be posting a link. There's going to be in the video. Click it. Please subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitter at Seercast. The Twitters for our individual names are in a list in the description, so following us, if you want to see more of our spam, follow us there. Aside from that, we're doing I may have mentioned it earlier, but I'll say it again, we're doing a podcast with, at the very least, Mod Stu, likely Mod Rowley, and we're hoping to get Mod Osborne. Mod Osborne, please come and talk with us. Next weekend.
We have cookies.
We have Chaos Cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Siroki, we'll get Siroki right on that.
Yeah. I need ingredients.
We have a week. We'll get them.
But yeah, so
okay. But does any of the ingredients require us to kill 10 rats?
As a matter of fact,
please do so.
It does not.
But it does require killing 11.
Actually, yeah, it does.
But yeah. So we'll go ahead. We will be back next week with more Dimension of Disaster spam, and then I believe what do we have we haven't talked much about when we're doing the next Rune Tomes, but that'll be soon as well. But yeah, so then we will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Ecstatic to see you again, darling.